to my presentation about coaching. My name is Vincent, and I hope y'all learned something from my speech. So to start off with, I will have an icebreaker right here. Baby, come up, please. I'll demonstrate what it is. This is a lesson planner. There you go, right there. This is a lesson planner where you can decide what activity you like to do in coaching, of course. So you can decide what activity you're going to create for the students if you are a coach. So I'll let you hold on to that right here. Here's a pencil. Go ahead and sit down right there. You can write about it. So I'll give them between 2 and 3 minutes to write about what activity they like to do. For the meantime, I will be going over some simple things over here, like my agenda. It'll just go over simple things I'll be going over during my presentation. If y'all have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to let me know. Please feel free to ask any questions if necessary, if anything is unclear to you. So we'll just wait a couple minutes for the icebreaker to be finished, and we'll be good to go. It's gonna be all the way. You just do a little bit.
I have two activities.
Yeah, see you.
Basketball and being back, and then before my grade and date.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see here, she put the grade that she wanted to be put in 3rd grade for the PE. There's a date right there, and she put basketball, beanbag, which is the activities you like to do. And on the bottom, you can put what you need to do for it and what else, any kind of side notes you need for it. Thank you. So after they do that, I'll go over with the audience, and I'll just be asking them what kind of activities they enjoyed when they were younger. Especially the older audience, since if there are kids there, they're doing activities right now. Maybe some old school kind of activities that they may have experienced when they were younger. So, introduction about me. My name is Vincent. I'm 17, as I said earlier. I go to Stevens High School. I'm a junior. This is my first year in ISM. I've been with Mr. Benke for about 3 years now. I've been in the GT program since I was in kindergarten back in Myers Elementary. But I did transfer at Cody Elementary when I was in 1st grade. It's nothing really too much about me, but it's just a little bit about myself. So, what am I studying? Well, what I'm studying is coaching. Coaching is important to me because it really helped me, not just as an athlete, but as an adult, almost an adult, as a growing teen, to learn about friendship, learn about communication and teamwork. Next up, we'll have, why am I studying this actually? I'm studying this to lend a helping hand, to have an open ear, and to have kids interact with each other. The interaction between them is important to me because it really shows that I can make a change in someone's lives. I'm helping these future world changers. So when I'm talking about all this, well, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because of a class called ISM. So you're probably asking, like, what is ISM exactly? The I first stands for independent. Independent means you can work at your own pace. Mr. Benke assigns you an assignment, you have a calendar with the work, and you can just work at your own pace. It also helps you get ready for college. The college there can really help you prepare for what kind of college you are interested in, and help you prepare for college resumes, and maybe even future job applications. Next up is study. Study means you can just study whatever kind of field you're interested in. For example, mine is coaching. Someone may be studying a doctor or a lawyer or something major that they want to pursue in life. Also, with this, it learns about any new college. When you learn about any new college, it helps you explore your options with scholarships, with other things that may help you benefit you in the future. Now, we have mentorship. Now, mentorship, with a class, you have to find a mentor. It's somebody that you shadow or follow around that will show you the right path that you need to take in order to be successful in your future career. So when I'm talking about mentor, I'm going to start bringing this into this a little bit. My mentor right here, Mr. Kenneth Rainbolt. He is a PE coach at Ed Cody Elementary, and I'll have him stand up and wave and everything like that. He attended UTSA. He is an UTSA alumni. He's been working at Ed Cody for the past 10-15 years, and he loves the Astros, of course. He's a big baseball fan, and as you can see in the photo, he's of course course, not the most serious one, but he's kind of funny. He also likes to enjoy tailgating at the UTSA football games with his son Peyton. So when I go to meet with my mentor, there's a few things I may need to be doing. This is the mentor meetings right here. So this is where I meet the mentor meetings. I have them at the Ed Cody Gym, which is where I attended when I was younger. Ed Cody is where I grew up. My sisters go now. And this is the same gym that I was playing in maybe 10 years ago. So what did I observe in these meetings? What I observed is the children enjoy each other's company. When they enjoy each other's company, it really shows that they really love to make new friends. And of course, kids nowadays, when they're younger, they love making new friends, you know? Next up, the challenge kids. You also see the challenging kids. They make them for broken homes, broken lives at home. You know, you can just see those kind of kids struggle in PE. Not just in PE, but in school, in life, it's still struggle for them. And it hurts to see that they're struggling so much. You see the common interactions between students, though. You see the common interactions with a student, how they're being polite to one another, how one of them lets them go in front of them in line at recess, something like that. Just the kind of things that people are doing at the school. And different interactive activities. The activities there that are interactive are like basketball, of course, volleyball, football, simple sports like that. That'll help you interact with each other as classmates, as friends, and as students all across Ed Cody Elementary. So how does this really benefit me? It benefits me by learning new techniques. Helping learn new techniques meaning I can help students, I can help students with their problems, not because I'm a counselor or studying anything like counseling, but because I want them to be comfortable with me coming into their lives and help them discussing problems that they can't with any other adults. It helps me learn to be calm. You'll find these students that are roused up, that are always wired, but it helps you find that peace and calmness in yourself that you can finally be calm with that certain student. And it helps me understand a student. It helps me understand a student by understanding what kind of problems they're going through, understand that they may need that physical activity at school because they don't get it at home. So when I go to my mentor, I have this thing called mentor journals. There's also one called reflection journals, which was signed by Mr. Banky. So I'll go over both of them right now. A mentor journal. Mentor journal right here is just homework from the mentors. It helps you go over what you went over at a certain meeting, what y'all discussed, what y'all need to go over for the following meeting, and so on and so forth. It helps me reflect on a specific meeting if I had any questions or concerns about what happened in that certain meeting. So now we have the reflection journals. The reflection journals are assigned work from Mr. Banky that helps us reflect on ourselves, on our world, and on different perspectives of things. For example, one of the assignments was we had to reflect on a word. I can't remember what word it was, but we had to reflect on a word, and we had to put it in our own perspective. For my example, reflection of the word love. Love can mean totally different things to a certain person based on their feelings and how they feel about certain someone or something. So this is what reflection journals really mean. So with the mentors, I had hands-on learning, of course. So first activity, for example, is the jump exercise. I experienced this a couple weeks ago. It was a big yoga ball with a little platform, and each student had 2 jump sticks. And they would play a video on the big screen, and they would have the students getting ready to drum out on the yoga ball to help burn calories in their arms and their legs when they're squatting down. I think this is interactive because it's simple exercise and it helps burn out a lot of calories. And I found out that jumping is actually an insane workout if you try it for a long period of time. Another example, of course, is basketball. Basketball is, of course, everybody knows what basketball is. It's a team sport. The teamwork that you find with your teammates, the companionship, the friendship, the communication that you get while playing basketball really benefits someone in the future in the long run. So now lesson time. I'll have another paper right here. It's just about to show. It's going to show this. It's similar to charades. It's just giving the audience clues of what kind of activity it is. So for this activity, I'll be handing out different cards to 4 different groups, and I'll be discussing to them, this is an activity right here, and you have to figure out what kind of activity it is from other people. So for example, if I have my sister right here, she'll be leading the group. My whole family will be leading the group actually, in 4 different groups. They'll have the card right here, and they'll have to explain, they explain the activity. For example, if I say I like to dribble a ball and shoot in a hoop, what kind of sport or activity am I? People will say basketball. Or if I say I'm running down the field and I catch a ball, well, you can mean 2 totally different sports. That's where it's kind of fun. You can kind of guess and figure out which other activities there is. So there's that. Now the final product. The final product will have my binder right here, passing around different people in the audience, and they can look over it. I'll discuss any questions they have, go over it with them, and figure out if they have any concerns about it, if they're curious about a certain topic in the binder. Now, my 2 big ideas that I had during this product is that I had 2 major ideas. Sorry. The physical movement, of course, was one of them, and I had to figure out which one I wanted to do. So when I got physical movement, I was thinking about figuring out a way to find physical movement in the classroom with my audience, which would be kind of hard. Classroom's kind of small, audience is nicely dressed. I didn't want to ruin anything like that. My second activity here was the lesson plans, as I like to call it, the playbook. The playbook would have different lesson plans that me and my mentor have gone over, that I've also recorded, found online as well. So these really help me out because it helped me discuss in my own mind what happened with my product, the kind of dilemmas that I had. I won't go into that more into the future. Now, my product evaluation. Mr. Benke assigned us a product evaluation with a timeline of how long we needed to take in order to complete our goal. So there's 25%, 50%, and 75%. Each of those I have achieved. I'm nearly to the 100% mark, but I just need to finish up on the tiny few touches on my binder. So for example, 25% right here, the due dates were January 19th through the 23rd. So this is where I started on my project. This is where I decided that I needed a binder, that I needed to find data, collect data, so I brainstormed ideas for this presentation. February 1st through the 16th was my 50% evaluation mark. I was going over slides with Mr. Benke, and I was starting piecing together the playbook, quote unquote. So right here, I was struggling here because I couldn't really find a lot of people to find out. My main goal was to find a survey, to find a survey that people use for physical activity, but I couldn't really find a survey or find people to survey for. So I decided to look up the activities online. Now, 75% was between March 1st and March 31st. I just had to make sure my slides are finalized, and I had to rehearse for the speech over and over again. Now, my 3 dilemmas. Time management. I'm a poor time management person. I can't really figure out why that is. I've just always been rushed with time. I've always been pressured with time. And it always made me, my second part, nervous. It makes me nervous with my anxiety, and it spikes through the roof, and everything's just going downhill for me. Another dilemma was the budget. When I came with a budget, I had to make sure I had everything in order. If I needed to buy anything, if I needed to ask Mr. Benke for anything else like that he had secured for me. My final product outcome. Then I'll go over my final product with them. Something like that. Now my conclusion right here. Now, what have I learned? I've learned that coaching younger students in the elementary level is pretty fun. I've learned that you can really be yourself around them because they're just kids. These kids will be wired, they'll be crazy sometimes, they'll be just funny with themselves. But you can also understand that they're just kids. You can just see their true form, see their true self. Because at that age, you're here to have fun and make friends. And I say that benefits me because it's hard for me to find who I really am after some points into my life. It helps me find peace knowing that these kids can be themselves without any stress in the world, no troubles. For example, those little kindergartners and first graders, they really learn their numbers and their shapes, which is really, really fun to see because they really are trying to learn, but since they're young, it's kind of difficult for them, but it's just the most adorable thing you can ever see. Now, do I have any, excuse me, any questions or comments about my speech, about the audience? And if y'all can scan this, my audience evaluation is part of my grade. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you and be safe.